Hey Spuddies, Potatomcwhiskey here, and welcome to Let's Play Civilization 6 as the Russian Empire. I forgot to click continue game when I loaded the game up. Whoops, I normally never forget to do that. Over here in Nizhny Novgorod, we do have a few different things that we would like to do in here. I think we have the availability to build a neighborhood. I don't really think we need the zoo. We already have plenty of amenities in here, so we're going to go ahead and pick up that neighborhood. We're going to go ahead and put that artist to sleep because we don't need it anymore. This does want to be a national park. And somebody told me that apparently you can actually place the national park first. So we're going to test that. We're going to purchase a builder over here. And then we're going to purchase a naturalist over here next turn. I can buy it next turn. Yeah, I should be able to purchase that next turn. And then we'll go and see how that works out. But in the meantime, we are going to continue placing all of these juicy forests throughout our empire in order to get the positioning correct. So we have found an apostle that we can die to, or more accurately, potentially kill. Probably would have been more efficient to move that guy first. I'm not too worried about it, to be totally honest. The optimization of these kind of decisions, I'm not really too concerned about it. I think it is important, and somebody actually mentioned this in the comments, is that it's really important to just get through your turns. Don't worry about hyper optimization. Don't worry about trying to make sure every little thing is in the right place and every little thing has been done the right way. Just get through your turns, right? Once you're confident, like I'm confident at this point that I can win this game. I can't promise that, I'm sorry. I'm pretty confident that I can win this game, so I don't need to agonize over every little small detail. I'll just click the button, read the result, and then adjust my strategy and moves accordingly. I don't need to be hyper optimized. So I do want to get these guys killed, but I also would like to kill back. That guy on 1 health killed 3 of my units, which is interesting because it basically wiped out my religion over here and spread a bunch of Protestantism, but that's totally fine with me. It's actually kind of odd that France has become like a little bastion of Protestantism. Right, that was 3 new relics. We've got 2 more in the bank. I could get another one. I think I have 1, 2, 3. No, it's all of the relics that I can get, which is giving us, like, it's not an insignificant amount of tourism, right? We're getting a decent amount of tourism from all these relics, so I'm pretty happy that I went this route and got those relics. Now, it is important to remember that I'm not getting the full benefit of those relics because they count as religious tourism. And you can see here, we're getting a minus 50% penalty to religious tourism from the Enlightenment, which the Crystal Redentor, when we get it, will cancel that out. So that's why the Crystal Redentor is really, really important. It cancels out religious tourism. You are going to go here and place a forest. I'm going to go eradicate that hill. We're going to grab ourselves a naturalist because I want to test and see if it is indeed possible to place the forest after the national park has been placed. We also have an assignment available here. I'm going to take Disrupt Rocketry. That seems perfectly fine to me. We're going to go ahead and try and get you killed as well. Okay, excellent. There goes the Catholicism. Bit of Eastern Orthodoxy as well to top things off. You're going to head over there and we'll go to the next turn. I think the only major issue I have with the culture victory is that it can sometimes be a little bit of a kind of end turn simulator. Let's go ahead and promote Reina. I'd like to get tax collector and contractor. And we'll be able to use her to purchase districts at some point in the not too distant future. I can't remember where I had her assigned. I had her assigned over here in Cairo. Let's go ahead and get this guy in position to fight. You're going to go here. You're going to go here. We'll attack with the... Oh. I'll attack with the weakened guys first, because ideally I want this guy to die. Excellent. And then I'll kill and sort of counter pressure that. We're also... I do apologize, I'm a little bit sniffly. I haven't been able to get that under control. Not really much I can do about it, but it is what it is. You know, it's me that has to live with it, so You just have to listen to it occasionally. I think I would like to get the library and the university up. Here in Verones, I have the Lavra. I think I'm going to go ahead and work on the commercial hub for the extra trade route and the extra gold and all that sort of stuff. You, on the other hand, can't place forests here, but I already couldn't, so I don't really know if that tells me anything. I will harvest that, I guess. And we're going to create this. Let's double check. We can place forest here. So if we designate a national park, Biscouche, there's the national park. Can I then plant a forest? I can. Okay, so I guess I had attempted to do that, but it was like one of these situations where there was like a hidden resource underneath or something. And that ended up with me having the incorrect impression that you couldn't plant forests in national parks. That's actually really, really, like really helpful information. It's also a slight optimization now, so I would have ended up with a very small amount of tourism. But more importantly, it's just funny to notice that no matter how much I played this game, I had this assumption that had never been corrected. Even though I have like 1,000, at this point I think I'm close to 1,500 hours in the game, which is kind of funny that like you would think that I've been playing this game so long that I would know absolutely everything with 100% certainty. But that was always something I was kind of just like, I was never really certain about that. It was just the way I did things, and I guess sometimes you get caught in these patterns. I'm pretty confident about certain things that I know about the game, but that was definitely something I guess I have been humbled. So I appreciate everybody in the comments who let me know about that, because that was a small optimization thing that would have optimized just a very slight amount of tourism there. So are you getting the benefit of a factory? You are not. So I'm going to go ahead and just get the oil. I'm going to grab the coal power plant. And I can't build theater squares. I have a neighborhood. I do. I could get the harbor for the trade route. I already have a trade route. I could get a water park for the little bit of extra tourism that will give. So I will go for that. I have to find, if I can, another religious unit to fight. There's one. Let's see if we can get up there and fight the Protestant apostle. Thank you for your gifts. I really appreciate them. So she's happy with me because I have a lot of spies. That's great. So let's see if we can take out this apostle. You're going to move there. You're going to move in here. You're going to attack. And then you're going to attack. Excellent. That was exactly the outcome that we wanted. Because when I'm doing this, like, any outcome is good for me, right? Whether or not I kill them or I get the relic, right? I'm just happy. We have built a neighborhood in here. We are... Maybe it would be a good time to sort of divert away from getting suffrage. And we're going to go ahead and pick up capitalism so we can start building shopping malls. In the meantime... Bonus amenity extends to each city center within 9 tiles. This bonus applies once to a city, and multiple copies of the building within 9 tiles of the city center do not provide additional bonuses. I could go ahead and get the aquarium. Yeah, let's just go ahead and grab the aquarium. It's another thing that would potentially lead to good things later. We're going to plant some more forest. I've got another forest that I could plant over there. I would also like to get another naturalist in here. I will have to buy that next turn. I can get them really, really quickly, though. I will say that because I just have so much generation. I guess a Cahokia amount wouldn't be awful here. I'm trying to remember what they get adjacencies from. +1 food for every 2 adjacent district tiles. And that gets better when? Replaceable parts. 1, 2, 3. +1 food. I have replaceable parts, right? No, I do not, but I will be getting that. So yeah, we'll put a Koki amount, why not? Looks like a decent little thing, although it's actually kind of going into the water a little bit there. Although I really, you know what, man, I love how, like, I feel like the graphics in this game are something like, just like the actual technical aspects of like how well done the seamless transition to water is, even in the improvements. I mean, sometimes there's a little bit of goofiness going on, but generally speaking, you know, I haven't really noticed many areas that I could justifiably complain. We're going to plant a forest here and then put a thingy on it. Lumber mill. Oh, I thought of a kind of a fun challenge, which was to turn my entire empire into a farming thing, which might be better done as the Incas. Like, just, like, well, no, it probably wouldn't be better done as the Incas, but, like, just have my entire country, like, every possible tile that I can is a farm. No districts, no nothing, just farms. And then just see what happens. Like, say, put a time limit on the game. Say we're going to play for 200 turns with just farms and see what happens. I think that could be fun. Let's see. Where do I want to go with the spy? Maybe we'll go to Uruk. I think I already have a spy in Uruk. We'll go to Aachen. Aachen. Sorry. Gesundheit. We're going to go to Tyre. We have the Crystal Redditor in the capital. That means we're getting a lot more effective tourism per turn. Because we're no longer taking the penalty from having a enlightenment difference. Now, we are still getting a slight penalty because a lot of different people follow different religions. That's not a big deal to me. But getting rid of the enlightenment penalty is a bigger deal. So I think we will get another naturalist. We're up to 67 tourists, so we're about a quarter of the way done in terms of total tourists done relative to the total that we are going to need right now. We're just going to plant some woods here. This is another great national park. We got the Crystal Redditor. I'm going to go ahead and grab the shipyard in here because it, you know, provides a little bit of yield. I'm going to go ahead and I would like the seaport to try and give this city a little bit more food and a little bit more production and science and gold and all that jazz. We're going to put a lumber mill there. Yes, sir. And you are trying to find someone to kill yourself with. Apparently, Yosemite was, like, hiding in this, like, one tile that I hadn't explored. Amazing. I guess it's a little bit of an error score, right? Towards my... What? Why are you demanding things from me? I thought you liked me. I'm confused. I don't understand. People have started hating me. Is it because I'm winning a tourism victory? Why do people hate me?
I ought to be jealous.
There's the Eiffel Tower now. So now we're generating insane tourism because that +2 amenities is applying to every single one of these national parks, which is then being so that's +8 total, right? And then it's being doubled by the 100% tourism to all national parks from our wish you were here, our wish you were, why was that so difficult to say, wish you were here thing. I have been missing out on some of these great merchants. I need to keep a better eye on those. I missed that one, which I'm pretty sad about, but I'm keeping an eye on this. The information era is particularly relevant. Another great artist. Okay, do I want to get the bank or the university? I think I'm going to pick up the university because it is +8 science. I'm also going to potentially pick up the harbor in here because that'll make the Cahokia amount even better. You are starving. Why are you starving? Make sure you're working food and not starving, please. We got the neighborhood over here in Baghdad. That's great. We're going to go ahead and grab the Gurdwara now. And up here, I think a Cahokia mound might not be terrible. Now, we could also... A lot of people were mentioning, for example, Liang here with the Parks and Recreation here. It provides +2 appeal to all the tiles around it. This is pretty good. However, the hard part is you have to invest a lot into Liang. And it's a lot of micromanagement. So basically, this can make your thing, like if I could fit one here, if I could put a city park like right there, maybe I could put a city park right there. Like, let's have a look. If we look at the park, sorry, excuse me, city parks, they can go pretty much anywhere. So I could put like a city park here. I could put a city park here. And then I would get plus 2, 4, 6 tourism from this city park. I would get plus 2, 4, 6 tourism from this city park. I could put a city park here. I'd get plus 4 tourism. I could put a city park here. I'd get plus 6 tourism. I could put a city park here. I'd get plus 4 tourism. So like I could optimize this. But the thing is, it's a lot of like micromanagement and investment to move Liang around and invest into her when I could just do slightly other things and not worry about that and still win the game. If I was like trying to super hardcore optimize my gameplay, I might do that, but that just isn't what I want to do. I'll put it that way. It's not a thing that I want to do because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to make that work, and so I just don't think the investment of time versus the return on doing that is really worth it. So I don't do it. But it is a thing. It is a thing worth doing, right? Like objectively speaking, that is the better way to play than the way that I'm doing it right now. I will agree to that. And I've also got like a whole ton of gold and a whole ton of diplomatic favor that I could be spending and turning into other things. But I'm trying to save that for the shopping malls because if they take a lot of time to build, and being able to just purchase them would be really, really nice. In fact, I am going to go ahead and churn. What sort of deal would you give me for this? You do overpay, so why don't I give you all 303 of my power, and then you give me all of your gold. And then I cut this down to like 250. Alright, I go up to 265. 275. And then we just go down one click at a time. $266 for 1,000 gold and 246 gold per turn. That's going to be what we use to pay for all of these shopping malls. I'm going to go ahead and choose production over here. We completed a neighborhood in Moscow. We're going to go ahead and grab a shipyard. Completed a neighborhood over here. We're going to go ahead and grab the Vasapak right there to provide a little bit of appeal to this tile. And you are I guess in theory I could have put it here and gotten a +2 to each of these tiles. That would have been slightly more optimal, but I kind of want to, you know, it's water under the bridge or water on the lake, depending on how you want to look at it. Let's see. Great artist just goes asleep. You're still looking for a thing to die to. Perhaps something to die for would be preferable. Right, faith per turn is up to a really great clip. We can buy another naturalist. We've got room for one over here. You own all of these tiles. It has to be you that does this. So we are going to purchase ourselves a naturalist and create one here. There's also a couple more up here that we could build. We got the shipyard up here. Let's grab the seaport. Then over here we got the bank. Let's go ahead and build the entertainment complex. Let's go ahead and grab the Ferris wheel for the little bit of extra tourism that provides. And we're going to go ahead and keep searching for something to die to over here. Maybe we will find it. I don't think we will. We're going to have to come back up here and look for something to die to over here. It's only a little bit of tourism now, but... We've a lot of gold saved up for buying shopping malls. It's not going to be nearly enough compared to what we need. Let's just go steal from France. I don't have anyone in France, so we'll go there. 1,200 gold per steal. Astrakhan has the potential for more districts. It already has a neighborhood. I could grab a campus if I was feeling frisky. And I am, so I will. A little bit of extra science isn't bad. I want to organize this by production. I guess we could do by gold, but I'd rather make sure I'm getting good production out of my trade routes. I already have a trade thingy in Aachen. Can I trade with England? I can. We're going to trade with Yerevan. So now I think I'm trading with every civ in the game, right? Yep. Trade route, trade route, trade route, trade route, trade route, trade route. I was missing open borders with someone. Oh, France. forgot to get open borders with you. I'm missing out on a little bit of a tourism because of that. I think somebody mentioned that in the comments too, and I appreciate you guys trying to catch my mistakes. But I am still interested in showing that you don't have to play perfectly to have fun and win the game. Okay, another national park right here. Clunk clunk. Deleted. 700 science per turn is a pretty good amount. We're probably only 3 or 4 turns away from another naturalist who will go right over here. For some reason, the AI is making demands of me. I'm not really sure why. But they're making these like demands as if they're really upset with me. Is it to do with my grievances? Oh. Huh. I'm curious. Ah, so he doesn't like the fact that I'm founding national parks. Okay, that is understandable. We have a builder over here. This builder will go to here and plop down a Cahokier mound. Let's see. Polygraph and Quartermaster are really good. If you can get Polygraph and Quartermaster on a single spy, it is so good. All right, let's head up this way. We're going to go ahead and get units with orders. We're going to go ahead and steal the gold, because the more gold that we can convert into shopping malls is a slight boost in tourism. There's probably more effective things that I could spend my gold on. But in just trying to get the maximum amount of tourism that I possibly can from my empire, we are going to be purchasing shopping malls. You haven't finished your thingy. It's only 2,000 gold for 4 tourism per turn, but you know what, man? I'm willing to pay that price. You don't have your thingy yet. Shopping mall here. We can do one more. And there it is. So we just boosted our tourism. We basically turned gold into tourism, which is, you know, typically a pretty difficult thing to do. I don't know if public works matter so much now that our empire is so, like, horrendously developed. The question is, do we want to go for democracy? There are some good things about democracy, for example, like New Deal. We could go for communism. Communism seems a little weak. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like democracy is just like the objectively best one for a tourism victory. And then we want to get to 2 places. We want to get to environmentalism for the plus 25% tourism across my empire. And we want to get to online communities. Now, the order in which we get these matters. So we can actually get to environmentalism pretty quick. 6 techs. Oh, it's only 5 actually for here. So I guess I was wrong about that. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I thought social media would be quicker. Or rather, I thought, oh, they're roughly the same. Yeah, but we're going to go ahead and pick up suffrage. First of all, because I'm going to get that handled. I could be selling these great works as well, but I think I'm more interested in just denying them from my enemies. And making sure that they never get the culture gain that they need to defend themselves against my tourism. That's kind of partially why I chose Russia for this challenge, is because I know they could get great people pretty effectively. I did not mean to take that guy. I actually wanted this great engineer right here. But there's rocketry boosted. Sure, why not? And there's no national park adjacent to this, so I can just put mines here if I want to. Head up here. Next turn. Grants the ability to construct an extra spy. Okay, there's ideology. Awesome. Choose production. We're going to purchase a naturalist in here. Do we have a completed neighborhood in the city? We don't. So we would like to get that so that we can get more of the shopping malls. We are going to grab a arena in here. Then in here we're going to grab the Gurdwara because my religion is spread passively, which is a wonderful, wonderful thing. You can see my religion has done a good job of like just holding its own inside my borders, which is all I want my religion to do. I don't need it to go anywhere else. We could do the Earth. We could do the launch Earth satellite to reveal the rest of the map. I don't think that's necessary, so we're not going to bother. It's not a necessary thing, so I'm trying to cut all of the actions that like I don't have to do in order to just optimize our path through the game. You know, within reason, without making things too cumbersome and take too long to do. We are about to get computers, which will be a big boost to our tourism per turn, which is really, really nice. First technology of a new era, very good. Okay, we can build flood barriers now if we want to, and we're basically done with the tech tree now. There is a little bit of stuff we could go for in here. For example, we could go ahead and pick up nuclear power plants if we want to get a little bit more science and production throughout our empire. We could get things like wind farms and solar farms and all that sort of jazz. But really, at this point, none of this stuff in here really matters to us all that much. The only thing is, we're just kind of, there are a few little things we'd like to pick up. Like, it would be nice to have access to sewers for housing. It would be nice to have access to replaceable parts. It would be nice to have access to oil and offshore oil rigs. It would be nice to have +1 food from production, improved quarries, improved camps, and I think there's one more, and it's improved pastures at robotics. So that's really just it. Those are very, very small, low hanging fruit type deals that we don't really care that much about, but would, you know, overall make our empire a little bit better. So we're going to go ahead and take these into this city so that we can turn this into a national park. There we go. We are about to get access to the genes. So that's a good thing. Cancel. I want to repeat your trade route. I don't want to rock the boat. Who are you trading with? You're trading with Sumeria. I'm pretty sure I can safely trade with Germany. I think I've got a few trade routes to Sumeria. Yeah, I've got a few. So it's safe to change a few of these trade routes. Can I find someone who wants to kill me? Like, please. Take that. Unit needs orders over here. Builder. Yeah, I'm running out of things to do with builders, in all honesty. Might be good to get a couple of those lumber mills up, just to improve the production of these tiles a little bit. A Cahokia amount there would have been amazing, but I guess we just kind of accept that there's one going here instead. Who are you trading with? I guess the city you were trading with has been killed. Gilgamesh, Dido, environment. I think I'm missing a trade route with France. Yeah, I was missing a trade route with France. I think a city just got taken here. Can I see that on the map? I heard the noise like something got conquered. Whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there was 8 players in this game originally, and one of them got killed. Maybe I'm crazy. Let's do that route. And you head up this way. Is there anyone up here? Nobody. Oh, nobody up here. I'm trying to find apostles to die to, damn it. Yes, I will trade you my beasts of burden for your strange white metal. Alright, alright, step wells are improved. We don't get step wells. Medics. Orzags. We get the sewer. Could we build the Orzags? No, it looks like somebody already built it. Claim this great merchant. I swear to God. Okay, it's cosmetics. Right, we don't care about that. But hey, more amenities. It's not like we need amenities, so like I could have easily skipped that. We could build a Panama Canal out here if we wanted to be real cool dudes. I don't know if we'll finish it before the end of the game, but it could potentially represent some tourism for us. Also, I really like that even though it was me who planted the woods here, the canal kept the woods. That's really cool. I like that it didn't erase the feature. That's pretty cool. Right, we'll go ahead and improve that there. And I'm just going to start repeating trade routes at this point. I think that level of optimization is a little bit beyond my capacity of giving a shit. Come on now. Let me die. Kill me. Oh, there he is. There's the apostle we've been looking for. Kill me. No, don't go over there. Okay.
If delicate arch.
Ooh, that is such a delicate arch that we found. I like that I was not called into this vote. Where are you? I saw you go over here. I'm just gonna go on a like mass religious murder spree until someone kills me. It's like, kill me! Right, we get the seaport in St. Petersburg. We could get the Casa de Contrastación. The problem is we're all in our home continent. None of our cities are in a different continent because the continent we start on is just absolutely gigantic. Jesus Christ, it's nothing on this one though. This is an absolutely massive continent. Half the map is this continent. Good God. I mean, when you compare it to this little dinky continent over here, and then this absolute unit of a continent, like this one is pretty big. This one's kind of dinky. I wish there was more continents in the map. I just, I don't know. Feels like you could take more advantage of those things. Right, let's purchase a few more shopping malls. Right, we'll go in here. We'll go to the next city till we find a shopping mall. There we go. 2 more. That's 8 tourism per turn that we didn't have before. I'm going to go ahead and pick up the water park. Again, precisely for the reason of just getting that little bit of extra tourism. If anything we can convert into tourism, we are going to convert into tourism. That is our goal. That is our objective. That is our mission. Flood barrier. Do I really need this? Probably not a terrible idea considering it only takes me 2 turns to build it. How close are we? So actually the CO2 levels are pretty toasty. Like pretty safe this game. Not going too crazy. Global temperature's only gone up a tiny little bit. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pick up sewers where it makes sense. Stock exchange, shopping mall. Let's go ahead and pick up the sewer there for the housing. Although, does that make sense here? Are you blocked for housing? You're not really blocked for housing, but you will be. Go there, go there. Yeah, sure, we'll throw a Cahokia Mound down there. Why not? It's Smolensk. With a few better tiles than that. Accept deal. Nope. Sure, whatever. I'm just kind of taking these deals at this point. At this point, like, we're so far ahead in tourism generation. Like, we're halfway there already. We went from a quarter to halfway in this one episode. That the, like, actual individual decision making isn't really that important. We're getting 6 tourists per turn. I could probably just hit end turn over and over and still win the game. But I still think it's fun to optimize. We're probably going to win in the order of somewhere between 20 and 40 turns from now. So that's probably just one more episode. So we got one more episode, and then I get to show you my victory screen. I sent you my victory screen. Please respond. Can you kill this guy? Nah! Okay. We'll kill him later. No, he's running away! He juked me. Not to be confused with another phrase. Right, food market. Alright, there's democracy. Do we actually want democracy? I feel like we're getting more. Do we want democracy? Do we really want democracy? Let's talk about what we get from this. Well, we should, at the very least, we should purchase a naturalist before we switch to democracy, because we're going to get it cheaper. And then the decision is a little bit easier, right? We'll get this, bang, right? Got the naturalist. Let's make sure all the tiles are owned by this city. So we have the naturalist now. Do we want to... Let's talk about why we would want to switch to democracy and why we wouldn't. So if we switch to democracy, we get more food and production from our international trade routes, and pretty much all of our trade routes are international. We get a discount on our purchases with gold, which is going to be significant because we are purchasing shopping centers, which is a way for us to turn gold directly into tourism. So we're more efficient at turning gold directly into tourism with democracy. However, we lose the 15% faith discount, which is huge for getting the national parks up. However, we've already built like a lot of our national parks. We're kind of running out of room. So I really don't know how much more faith I really need this game. I can probably make do without that many more of these. Like, we're up to 1,000 tourism per turn. That's really, really strong. So I think in the name of becoming more efficient in terms of my sort of total empire, we're going to go ahead and switch to democracy so we can plug in more cards, because that's the other big advantage of switching to democracy. So I can have all of these in already, and then I can plug in other things. Like I could plug in economic union, for example, which would give me gold and production throughout my coastal cities and my cities in general. I could plug in liberalism, although that one is not so great. What I really need is a way to get extra culture. If I could figure out a way to turn these cards into culture, I would be really, really happy. But I don't really have a reliable way to do that. Now, I could put in Theocratic Legacy. That one's really, really good. It's a lot of extra faith that we're missing out on. Because that's the other thing that we're missing out on from Theocracy, is the plus 0.5 faith per citizen in cities with governors. Well, I definitely want New Deal. New Deal is like a really, really powerful card. Triangular Trade is also really, really powerful for gold income. Urban Planning is kind of gone by the wayside at this point. It's really not enough production to matter. I'm trying to figure out, how do I get more culture? There's really not a lot of ways for me to pick up culture at this point in the game, because I've kind of exhausted all of them. And that's why we needed choral music, because a large majority of the culture that we're gaining this game is coming from the shrine, the temple, and the shrine of the temple. Like, that's +6 in basically every city in my empire. You might not think that that's a lot, but that's like a pretty decent amount. Apparently I'm getting +4 from Cristo Redentor, although I have no idea why. I guess it just produces tourism. I guess that kind of makes sense. Yeah. So, +2 production, +2 food from trade, domestic trade routes, communism. Yeah, I don't think... I think this is the right choice. I really need to fill out my government, though. So this is something we need to handle. I'm trying to think... There's not really much I can do. Like, I really feel like I should just do something like this and move on from this decision, because this isn't really helping me. I guess I could put in Raj. That would get me a little bit of culture. It's a very small amount, but it's an amount. Versus just stealing more gold with Machiavellianism. Or getting Merchant Confederation. I think we're going to just grab Raj for the extra tiny bit of culture that that's going to give it. It's 2 culture per turn, which is objectively nothing. Objectively speaking, that's basically 0. But, also objectively speaking, it's definitely not 0. Okay, so even though we're going to unlock rock bands, we're not going to be building rock bands because we are saving it, because there's actually a tech over here that lets us unlock anything we want from rock bands. Well, it really depends. We might get a few rock bands when we run out of place for naturalists. We are going to grab ourselves the... Do I want to get environmentalism or this one? I think this one is way better. Well, they're really good in tandem, because this is a 25% increase to your base tourism, and then this is a 50% increase to your effective tourism. So if I make 1,000 tourism and I get this, I'll be making 1,500 effective tourism. If I get this, I'll be making 1,250 effective tourism. If I get both, I'll be making... Quick, calculator, save me from maths. My brain, no work. No, the calculator has betrayed me. It's not showing up. Calculator. It's like what, 50%, 750. It's nearly 2,000, right? It's 1,250 multiplied by 1.5, which is plus 500 plus 125, which is 1,775 tourism, something like that. I don't know. That was like a wild stab in the dark. No, it'll be 1,875. I'm not good at head maths, okay? No bullying me for my inability to do head maths. Ooh. So we are going to get shopping malls, preferably. I pressed the wrong hotkey there. Gold, purchase shopping mall, excellent. Production choice here, get the stock exchange. You are just going to find a tile and go asleep. You, on the other hand, are going to go ahead and start placing some of these lumber mills. Yes. Siphon funds. Kill me! Kill me! Oh, they're fighting each other. Interesting. I know we spent a lot of time on that decision, but you know, we got there in the end. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about it. Oh, I didn't mean to click on you. Go away. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. This is going to be a devastating tornado. I cannot promise that. Agent was killed in Anchor Tom. Whoops. Housing doesn't make any sense in here. We don't need it. We definitely want the National History Museum, though, for the +4 Great Works slots. Hell yeah. Industrial Zone Logistics. You don't need any housing. I could get the Stock Exchange. Do I really need it? No, probably not. Flood barrier. I'll get it for the sake of protecting the city. You're going to go here. You're going to go here. I think I totally lost logistics, but we want to keep military research in. So I'm all right with that. You're going to go here. Create a national park. Excelente. You are going to go... I guess in theory we could put a national park up here. If we clean this up a little bit. We could also put farms in here. Yeah, I'm actually genuinely running out of room for national parks, which is exactly the kind of situation where we don't need to be purchasing thingies anymore. Kill me! I'm just like accidentally murdering all of their religion. Since I'm trying to get myself killed by attacking wildly. Yeah, maybe it'll all work out in the end. Alright, let's have a look. Choose production over here. Sewer. You have bested me. So I think at this point you're just going to build me a spy because I don't need anything else from you. Do I want to get the bank in here? Yep. We're getting absolutely obliterated by tornadoes. We'll go ahead and get me the library, grab the flood barrier, kill this guy, kill me, kill me. You want to buy my jeans? You're going to pay more than that. No. I refuse to sell you my jeans for 1 gold per turn. My jeans are worth so much more, okay? I was going to make like a joke about like a specific fashion shop, but I actually can't remember one. I was going to say like TK Maxx jeans, and I was like, they're probably garbage. Fucking who cares? Alright, we've got 22 turns until we win. We've been making good progress. I'm going to call it for this episode of Let's Play Civilization 6 as Russia in the No Theater Square Challenge. I love you all very, very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!